Hey guys, it's the first day of school, so I'm here in my classroom. But it's also a great day in my writing life because I had a story published today. There's a magazine called Fairy Tale Magazine or Enchanted Conversation, and they took my story called Poison. So the editor's note was so nice. Up at the top it says, "Nature, compassion, and survival all intermingle in today's enchanting story" by Samantha Bryant. Enjoy. So I thought I'd read it to you. Why? Anna Bautista looked at the ancient hawthorn, heartbroken. The massive trunk had turned ashy and spongy. Why would anyone hurt this centuries-old tree? Anna knelt, resting her palm against the damage. Eyes closed, she exhaled, calling to the tree's spirit. Sharp pain shot up her arm, but she maintained contact. Her breath caught, reliving the cutting, the poison shoved into the tender wood, the bitter curse. The tree couldn't tell who would do such a thing. It could only share the pain. The newspaper called it vandalism, but this was no mindless destruction. Someone wanted this specific tree dead. She couldn't explain that to the community garden committee, though. They expected more mundane explanations. Was it too late? Warmth ran up her arm. Anna grounded herself, resting her other palm against the earth, drawing energy and funneling it into the tree until, feeling woozy, she leaned her head against the trunk. Brushing the soil from her knees, Anna considered the area. From the window of the brick house across the road, a woman watched her. Anna noted the carefully tended garden in the otherwise neglected yard, identifying medicinal plants, feverfew, golden seal, St. John's wort. To the untrained eye, they seemed like any other spring flowers. With one last caress for the tree, Anna crossed the road. When she raised her hand to knock, the door creaked open. A voice called out, "You might as well come in." In no hurry to make her intrusion complete, Anna paused inside the threshold, letting her eyes adjust to the dim. Surrounding a silver mirror spread a series of framed portraits of the same girl at different ages. The last one, a memorial. Death date, last summer. "You want to talk about the tree." Anna kept her surprise from flashing across her face. The woman clung to the shadows, an ill-defined collection of draping cloth. She might have been mistaken for a ghost. When she offered a mug, Anna accepted. "I do." "Then talk," the woman said, inhaling the steam from her own mug. Anna got to the point. "Why curse the hawthorn?" The woman swirled her fingers in the air in front of her. "Why not? The tree was like the town, watching and doing nothing about the tragedy at its roots." Anna blinked. Did she need to remind the woman that trees lacked the power to do otherwise? Instead, she raised her cup, automatically identifying the lavender, chamomile, and valerian root in the blend. The woman smacked her lips disapprovingly, then met Anna's gaze, her expression penetrating and direct. "Can you save the tree?" "Maybe. I can counter the poison, but the curse." The woman peered into Anna's face. A whiff of honey and dark fruit wafted from the tall mug in her hands. It held more than tea. Bourbon, maybe. Anna centered herself for defense, but tolerated the examination, assessing the other woman. Tall and younger than Anna's 60 years, with unkempt hair and clothes, bags under her eyes, and a yellow tint to her dusky skin. Despite her frumpy appearance, power emanated from her, vibrating between them, making itself known. Anna sensed no animosity, only deep sorrow and bitterness that had poisoned the woman as surely as she had poisoned the tree. A sympathetic ache blossomed in her chest. At last, the woman's mouth twisted into a half smile. "You aren't what I expected. I'm Evanora. Anna." The woman's sweater slid off one shoulder, and Anna wondered if she'd been a larger woman before grief began to eat her from within. She imagined Evanora with a fuller face and more formidable figure, and decided she had lost considerable weight in her mourning. Anna asked, "Can I get some of what you're drinking?" Evanora smiled, dry lips stretching thin and pale across her teeth. "Do you want the tea, too?" "Not really." That got a laugh, a husky almost cough, rusty as an unoiled door hinge. Evanora took the untouched mug of tea and returned with a short, curved glass of beveled crystal, 2 fingers full of a warm, honey-brown liquid poured over the tinkling ice cubes. Their fingers brushed in the passing of the drink, and a vision shone in Anna's mind. An empty bottle of pills, a girl sleeping beneath the hawthorn tree never to wake, directionless anger flailing uselessly. Anna shifted her gaze to Evanora's, but the woman seemed unaware of what she had accidentally shared. Anna twisted the glass in her hand and watched the bourbon slosh around the ice before raising the glass in a salute and taking a long swallow. "Ready?" she asked. Evanora nodded, and Anna popped a bourbon-flavored ice cube in her mouth and deposited the glass on the porch wall. Lifting her gaze, she took in the waxing crescent moon, an auspicious sign for healing. When Evanora joined her, she slipped her elbow through the other woman's. It was like holding the hollow bones of a bird, fragile and brittle. Taking a deep breath, she tugged Evanora towards the suffering hawthorn. "Let's make this right." Streetlights illuminated the tree, but the long branches sheltered the woman from view when they knelt. Anna placed both hands against the damaged trunk and felt an answering thrum of life from the wood. It wasn't too late. Beside her, Evanora rested her back against the trunk, tufts of her fluffy hair catching on the bark. She hummed a song Anna had never heard and yet recognized, a sad song. Branches sagged, and a few leaves fell into Evanora's lap. "I'm sorry," she said, fingering the leaves on her skirt. "I take it back." The earth shifted among the tree roots and rumbled gently as distant thunder. Still connected to the tree, Anna felt the sigh of relief as the curse slid free and swirled into nothingness. The tree, again, had the will to fight. It had survived much, and with a little kindness, it would survive this too, as would they all. So I hope you enjoyed this story. I wrote it after reading a newspaper article about a tree that had been poisoned and people trying to figure out what in the world had happened there. And this is what I came up with as my personal explanation of what happened to that tree. It gave me a chance to play with themes of green witchery, which have long fascinated me, and I'm so pleased to have it published and available for you to read.